Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Kamau Joseph Githuku, Lamu County.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Kathuri Murungi, Meru County.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Keroche Tabitha Karanja, Nakuru County. Senator Halwale Boni, Kakamega County.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Kisang William Kipkemoi, Elgeyo Marakwet County.
Good, Elgeyo Marakwet County, votes yes. Honorable Speaker.
Senator Lelegwe Stephen Lutumbesi. Senator Lelegwe Steve Lutumbesi, Samburu County. Senator Maanzo Daniel Kitonga, Makueni County. Senator Mazayo Stewart Mwachiru, Kilifi County. Senator Mandago Jackson Kiplagat, Uasin Gishu County.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Medhu John Mohea, Nyandarua County.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of Nyandarua, I vote yes.
Senator Mogeni Eric Okongo, Nyamira County. Senator Mundigi Alexander Munyi, Embu County.
Mr. Speaker, Embu County, vote yes.
Senator Mungatana Danson Buya, Tana River County.
Mr. Speaker, Tana River votes yes. Thank you.
Senator Murango James Kamau, Kirinyaga County. Senator Mudhama Agnes Kavindu, Machakos County.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of Machakos County, I vote yes.
Senator Mwaruma Jones Mwashushe, Taita Taveta County.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Mwenda Gataya Mofaya, Tharaka Nithi County.
Mr. Speaker, Tharaka Nithi votes yes.
Senator Mwinyi Haji Mohamed Faki, Mombasa County.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the Mombasa votes yes.
Senator Nderito John Kenywa, Laikipia County.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Nyoto Joe, Murang'a County. Senator Ojienda Odhiambo Tom, Kisumu County. Senator Oginga Oburu, Siaya County.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Siaya County votes yes.
Senator Okech Eddie Gicheru, Migori County. Senator Okoiti Andrew Omtata, Busia County.
Busia County votes yes.
Senator Olekina Ledama, Narok County.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the people of Narok, I vote yes.
Senator Onyonka Richard Momoima, Kisii County. Senator Osotsi Godfrey Atieno, Vihiga County.
Mr. Speaker, the great people of Vihiga vote yes.
Senator Recha Julius Murgor, West Pokot County.
Mr. Speaker, West Pokot votes yes.
Senator Roba Ali Ibrahim, Mandera County.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of Mandera County, I vote yes.
Senator Seki Lenku Olekanar, Kajiado County.
Honorable Speaker, people of Kajiado vote yes.
Senator Sifuna Edwin Watenya, Nairobi County.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Dhangwa Paul Karungo, Kiambu County. Senator Wafula David Wakoli, Bungoma County.
Kwa niaba ya watu wa Bungoma na mamlaka walionipa, napiga ndio.
Senator Wakili Hilary Kiprotich Sigei. Senator Wamatinga Wahome, Nyeri County. Senator Wambua Enoch Kio, Kitui County.
Mr. Speaker, for and on behalf of the people of Kitui County, I vote yes.
Now, Honorable Senators, the result of the division on order number 9, the results are as follows. Ayes are 26 votes, nays 0, and abstention 0. So the ayes have it. Now, Sergeant at Arms, you may now withdraw the bar and open the doors. Honorable Senators, we will move to order number 8. Order number 8. Clerk, kindly read that order.
Order number 8, motion, report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on a petition to the Senate by Mr. Jafeth Makoha, the Executive Director of Triple the Impact CBO, to amend the County Governments Act 2012 on the mandate of the county governors assigning portfolio of a county executive committee member to the deputy governors. Question to be put.
Now, honorable senators, the debate on this particular order had been concluded. What was remaining was the putting of the question. Clerk, do we have the requisite number of honorable senators? We do. I will therefore proceed to put the question. That the Senate adopts the report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on a petition to the Senate by Mr. Japheth Makoha, the Executive Director of the Impact CBO, to amend the County Governments Act 2012 on the mandate of the county governors assigning portfolio of a county executive committee member to the deputy county governors laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, 25th of September, 2025. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 10, the County Hall of Fame Bill, Senate Bills number 18 of 2023, second reading.
Senator Miraj Abdullahi.
Mheshimiwa Spika, naomba kutoa hoja ya kwamba mswada wa ukumbi wa umaarufu katika kaunti, mswada wa seneti namba 18 wa mwaka 2025 usome kwa mara ya pili. Mheshimiwa Spika, mwaka wa 2010 katiba ya Kenya ilianzisha mfumo wa serikali gatuzi ambao ulitambua kitambulisho cha kipekee cha utamaduni na michango ya kaunti zetu 47. Hata hivyo, ugatuzi hauhusu tu uhamishwaji wa majukumu na rasilimali, bali pia inahusu kusherehekea mashujaa mabingwa wetu ambao wameunda kaunti.
Senator Wabua, let Senator Milanj be hand in silence. You know, she's listening to herself. Kindly.
Asante Bwana Spika. Hata hivyo, ugatuzi hauhusu tu uhamishaji wa majukumu na rasilimali, bali pia unahusu kusherehekea mashujaa na mabingwa wetu ambao wameunda zetu za kitaifa na jukumu la kuipatia huduma zao za kipekee, kujitolea na mafanikio yao yatakayohusishwa na ushujaa kiujumla kupitia huduma zao za kipekee. Bwana Spika, tunaenda kuangamiza historia hii na turathi ambazo hawa mashujaa wetu wamefanya katika gatuzi zetu. Hivyo basi, kutakuwa na pengo la kihistoria la yale ambayo wao wameyafanya kama mashujaa wetu. Kumbukumbu zetu zinaenda kudhoofika na vizazi vinavyokuja havitakuwa na sehemu ya kuona kwamba ni nani alifanyia nini gatuzi zetu. Mheshimiwa Spika, leo nasimama kwa majivuno, fahari na wajibu mkuu kuwasilisha mswada wa ukumbi wa umaarufu katika kaunti zetu ili ushughulikiwe na jumba hili la seneti mashuhuri, ili kwa sababu mswada huu ukipitishwa hautakuwa tu kipande chengine cha sheria, lakini utakuwa mswada ambao utakuwa chombo cha mabadiliko kinacholenga kuheshimu na kutukuza ubora huko mashinani mwetu, kwa kuanzisha mfumo utakaowezesha serikali za kaunti kukuza watu walioleta umaarufu, sifa na maendeleo kadha wa kadha katika kaunti zetu. Mheshimiwa Spika, mswada wa ukumbi wa umaarufu katika kaunti zetu unalenga kuziba pengo ambalo litatambuliwa kwa kuidhinisha mfumo mpana wa kutambua watu binafsi katika ngazi ya kaunti. Mswada huu unalenga, Bwana Spika, utambuzi wa umaarufu katika kaunti zetu, kuwaheshimu watu binafsi waliochangia pakubwa katika kaunti za nchi yetu, kwa kuhakikisha ubora wa kusheherekewa katika kila ngazi ya utawala na katika kila kiwango cha kitaifa. Pili, kudumisha turathi za kitamaduni. Kuanzisha kumbi hizi za umaarufu, Bwana Spika, katika kaunti zetu kama hifadhi za historia na utamaduni na turathi zetu kutahakikisha kuwa na hazina ya matukio ya kila kaunti inayohifadhiwa kwa ajili ya vizazi vijavyo. Bwana Spika, kuhamasisha vizazi vijavyo. Mapendekezo ya sheria hii, Bwana Spika, itakuwa kielelezo cha kuigwa na mifano ya kupigwa ubora katika ngazi za ugatuzi ambazo vijana wanaweza kuiga na kudhihirisha kuwa ushujaa na mafanikio ya kila kaunti inahifadhiwa kwa ajili ya vizazi vijavyo. Tatu, Bwana Spika, kuimarisha upekee wa kaunti. Kukuza hisia kubwa na kujivunia na fahari kwa kusherehekea michango na mafanikio ya kipekee yanayotambulisha mwelekeo na turathi za kila kaunti. Mheshimiwa Spika, kule Mombasa tuko na vijana mahiri, vijana ambao wameweza kupambana na janga la mihadarati. Kijana kwa jina Taib Abdurrahman amekuwa ni kijana wa kwanza kuonesha ukakamavu na shujaa, kuanzisha vikao vya kuweza kuzungumza na wale walioathirika, na mpaka sasa hata serikali kuu imeweza kukaa naye Bwana Taib Abdurrahman ambaye ndo muasisi wa Reach Out Center ambayo imesaidia waraibu wengi kurudi katika njia na barabara iliyo sawa. Bwana Spika, mapendekezo ya sheria hii inaenda kuimarisha na kukuza utalii na elimu katika gatuzi zetu. Inaenda kuunda vituo vya masomo na utalii tamaduni utakaoelimisha wakazi kuhusu historia yao na kuwa na uwezekano wa kuzalisha mapato ya kuendekeza kaunti zetu. Bwana Spika, ukiangalia hivi sasa, wakati waziri alikuja katika bunge letu la Seneti juma lililopita, alisema ya kwamba tamaduni imekuwa ni kivutio kikubwa cha kuongeza idadi ya watalii katika taifa letu. Ndiposa wakati tutakuwa na sheria hii, itaweka sambamba mikakati ya kuonesha ni kitu gani na ni tamaduni gani zaidi inavutia. Kwa mfano huku jimbo la Magharibi la zamani, tunajua kuna ule mchezo wa ng'ombe kupigana almaarufu kama bullfighter kwa lugha ya King'eng'e. Kule kwetu Lamu, Mombasa na hata Kwale unaweza kujionea turathi nyingi sana, milango ambayo imetengezwa kwa ulimbwende wa hali ya juu, milango ambayo ingeweza kuashiria huyu ni mfanyi biashara wa ubawabu, huyu ni mfanyi biashara wa samaki, na huyu ni mfanyi biashara wa hivyo basi, na weza kuwashawishi maseneta wenzangu waweze kuunga mkono sheria hii ili tuweze kupata vitega uchumi haswa katika halmashauri yetu ya utalii. Mheshimiwa Spika, kila kaunti katika nchi yetu tukufu inayo watu ambao wanatambulika kupitia utoaji na huduma mahsusi kwa ubunifu, uongozi na hata kwa kujitolea. Kuanzishwa kwa mwalimu wa shule kule kaunti Garissa iliyoamrisha viwango vya elimu katika jamii. Mhudumu wa afya katika kaunti ya Turkana aliyetekeleza majukumu yake kwa uadilifu licha ya mazingira magumu. Mjasiriamali kutoka kule maeneo ya gatuzi ya Nyeri aliyetoa nafasi za kazi na kuchangia ukuzaji wa uchumi hadi kwa mhifadhi wa tamaduni katika kaunti ya Lamu aliyejitolea kuhakikisha kwamba tamaduni zetu zinalindwa na wahitaji kutambuliwa. Mswada huu Bwana Spika unapendekeza kubuniwa kamati ya uteuzi katika kila kaunti yetu itakayojumuisha watu wanaoheshimika wakiwemo mawaziri wa kaunti zetu wanaohusika na masuala ya utamaduni na turathi, katika katibu wa bunge la kaunti, mwenyekiti wa bodi ya huduma za umma ya kaunti na maafisa wa umma watakaoteuliwa. Kamati hii itahakikisha Bwana Spika ya kwamba uteuzi unafanywa kwa njia ya uwazi, shirikishi na kuzingatia sifa na vigezo maalum katika mchakato utakaohusisha umma kwa njia ya mikutano na kuwasilishwa kwa nyaraka za maoni. Bwana Spika, kipengele hiki kinaenda kuweka kikwazo kwa wale viongozi baadhi ambao wanafikiria kwamba ni marafiki na jamaa zao peke yao wanastahili kupewa sifa hizi kedekede za kuwa wamefanya mambo katika gatuzi zetu, bali kipengele hiki kitaweza kupiga msasa uwekwa majina yao katika kumbi hizi na kusherekewa na jamii zetu katika gatuzi ni wale viongozi ambao wameweza kufanya mambo na bila ubaguzi wakaweza kuweka katika kumbi hizo. Zaidi ya hayo, Bwana Spika, mswada wa umaarufu kwamba serikali za kaunti zinaweza kuteua majengo maalum ya umma yaliyopo na kusimamisha miundo mipya ili kutumika kama kumbi za umaarufu na kuhakikisha unyumbufu katika utekelezaji huu za kidumisha hadhi na udumifu wa heshima zile zinazostahili. Mfumo huu unajumuisha vifungu vya kuhifadhi vitu vya kihistoria na sanaa, kuunda makumbusho ambayo kusherehekea sio watu binafsi tu bali hata turathi pana kwa kila gatuzi zetu. Mheshimiwa Spika, ili niweze kuwajulisha wenzangu zaidi nazungumzia nini ninapozungumzia kuhifadhi turathi zetu. Kule Mombasa, kule Kilifi, utapata kwamba turathi ama vazi ambalo linapendwa sana na watu wa Kilifi ni kisutu, lakini ni vazi ambalo hivi sasa watu wote wa Kimijikenda wanajivunia kwalo, isipokuwa kule Kwale na jamii ndogo ya Wadigo katika gatuzi yetu ya Kwale. Wao nguo yao na turathi yao ni kikoi kile cha rangi ya samawati. Ndipo sasa tutaweza kujua na kutofautisha katika kumbi hizi ni nguo gani zinatoka gatuzi gani na ni turathi gani ni ya jamii gani. Mheshimiwa Spika, kupitishwa kwa mswada huu si hitaji tu la kisheria, ni wajibu wa kimaadili. Ni wajibu wetu sisi kama viongozi kuhakikisha kwamba ubora popote unapotakikana unatambuliwa na kusheherekewa. Tunapowaita wale ambao ni waasisi wa mambo tofauti na kuwasherehekea, basi tutakuwa tunawapa moyo wale ambao wanachipuza sasa, watoto wadogo waweze kuona ya kwamba juhudi na jitihada hazitaambulia patupu, bali zitakuwa katika kumbukumbu na hifadhi za kihistoria katika ukumbi huu wa umaarufu. Tunapohifadhi historia pia, Bwana Spika, turathi zetu, tunawapa watoto na wajukuu wetu hisia ya kujitambulisha na rasilimali zao na kule ambako wanatoka. Baadhi, Mheshimiwa Spika, wanaweza kuhoji ya kwamba utambuzi unapaswa kuachiwa kwa tuzo za kitaifa tu na kuwa kaunti hazihitaji kumbi zao za umaarufu. Hata hivyo, ingawa utambuzi wa kitaifa ni muhimu, hauwezi kushika uwiano kamili wa bora ulio katika kaunti zetu. Watu wengi ambao huenda hawatapokea tuzo za kitaifa watapata fursa ya kuweza kutambulika katika gatuzi zao na kuweza kusherekewa na yale walioyafanya kuhifadhiwa katika hizi kumbi katika ugatuzi wao. Wengine pia, Bwana Spika, wanaweza kuhoji gharama ya utekelezaji wa mswada huu. Lakini tujiulize, gharama ni gani? Kusahaulika kwa mashujaa wetu? Gharama ni gani? Kuruhusu historia na utamaduni wetu kupotea? Gharama ni gani ya kuwanyima vijana wetu kupata vya kuigwa kutoka kwa wenyeji wao? Mswada huu, Bwana Spika, unaruhusu kaunti kutumia miundo mbinu iliyopo na unatoa urahisia katika utekelezaji na kuhakikisha kuwa kaunti zenye rasilimali chache zinaweza kushiriki katika jitihada hii yenye heshima. Bwana Spika, mswada huu unaambatana kikamilifu na maadili ya kikatiba na kutambua utofauti wa Kenya na kukuza umoja kupitia huo utofauti wetu. Unaimarisha ugatuzi kwa kuyawezesha na kuwezesha serikali zetu za kaunti kusimulia historia zao na kusherehekea mashujaa wao. Aidha, Bwana Spika, mswada huu unahimiza uwazi kupitia ushirikishwaji wa umma na lazima katika mchakato wa uteuzi. Leo muhimu zaidi, unahakikisha kwamba ubora wa hali ya juu popote unapoibuka katika Jamhuri ya Kenya unatambuliwa ipasavyo. Mheshimiwa Spika, tupishe mswada huu ili tuchukue hatua ya kijasiri kujenga taifa la Kenya ambalo katika kila kaunti inajivunia mashujaa wake. Kila jamii inalinda na kuendeleza urithi na kila kijana ana mfano bora hapo nyumbani ya ubora wa hali ya juu itayompa msukumo katika safari yake ya kuelekeza majukumu yake makuu kwenye taifa lake. Mheshimiwa Spika, naomba tuupitishe mswada huu na kuuchukua hatua ya ujasiri kujenga Kenya ambayo kila jamii inahifadhi tamaduni zake na kujivunia wake, na kila kijana awe na mfano wa mashinani ambao uko karibu na yeye utakao mjenga imani, kumjenga kimaadili na hata pia kumjenga kiuchumi, kuona ya kwamba wale waliokuwa kabla yake waliweza kufungua njia ambapo mahali njia haikuwepo. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa ruhusa yako, ukiniruhusu niweze kuwatambua mama zangu mashujaa, mke aliyekuwa meya wetu wa Mombasa, Bi Zubeda Sumba marehemu, ambaye alikuwa kiongozi wa maendeleo ya wanawake pale Mombasa, ambaye ametuachia historia kubwa ya kusema kwamba wanawake wanaweza. Niweze pia kumtambua muasisi wa uongozi wa kike kule Mombasa, Bi Margaret Olang, ambaye alikuwa mwakilishi wa kuchaguliwa katika eneo la Ganjoni wakati wa KANU. Mheshimiwa Spika, wanawake kama hawa historia zao kupotea kwa sababu tunawatambua tu wale ambao wamewika kitaifa, ambao bado wapo hai. Na pia najua kama si Mheshimiwa Spika Catherine Muma kumtaja Mama Phoebe ya Seo hapa, Mama Julia Ojiambo, labda hata kuna watoto katika hawajui yale mambo ambayo ameyafanya, lakini kupitia kumbi hii ya umaarufu historia yake itaweza kuhifadhiwa na si kusherehekewa tu kimataifa, bali hata wale wasichana wadogo katika kaunti zetu wataweza kujua na kujipa moyo ya kwamba wanaweza kuwa kitu katika taifa hili la Kenya. Mheshimiwa Spika, niruhusu pia niweze kumtambua Alfred Ogweno, ambaye alikuwa ndio rais wa kwanza wa vijana pale Mombasa, ambaye hajakuwa tena kitu chochote, lakini najua kupitia sheria hii ambayo naomba maseneta wenzangu waweze kuiunga mkono, ataweza kutambulika kama kijana shupavu. Kijana Alfred Sigo kutoka kule Changamwe, kijana wa kike Baby Manga maarufu kutoka Likoni, na ndugu zangu wote ambao tumekuwa katika mapambano ya mageuzi, kwa sababu najua katika miaka yetu tutakayoishi, sio sote tutakaopata fursa ya kuongoza jamii yetu, lakini kupitia ukumbi huu wa umaarufu tutaweza kuwatambua na kuwasherehekea katika juhudi ambazo mnazifanya katika jamii yetu ya Mombasa na Kenya nzima kwa jumla. Mheshimiwa Spika, naomba nimuite Profesa Kamar, Senator, aweze kuja kuniunga mkono katika hoja yangu hii. Asante sana.
Senator Professor Margaret Kamar, sijui ya kwamba utatumia Kiswahili ndio tuwe na mfululizo mwema.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For the sake of the members who don't understand Kiswahili much, let me talk in English and help them out. Mr. Speaker, I stand to second this motion on the county, this bill on the County Hall of Fame, Senate Bills 18 of 2023. And I do it proudly because it is a bill whose time has come. It's a bill that should have been implemented by now. I want to thank the Honorable Senator Abdurrahman for moving a very progressive bill, an inward-looking bill. Mr. Speaker, we almost lost our identity because of colonialism. We reached a point, Mr. Speaker, when the history books of Kenya, and those of us in our generation remember, that we knew the history of West Africa more than the history of Kenya. We knew the history of Europe more than the history of Kenya, because nobody was writing the history of Kenya, and where it was written, sometimes it was distorted. This bill is trying to recover an image for us as a nation. And for that, I congratulate my sister, Senator Miraj, because we must be identified by who we are. And for us to be identified by who we are, we must write history ourselves, and we must store that history. Heritage is a right to every community. But the way we lost, we must look for a way of recovering. And this bill is trying to do a lot of that. Restore ourselves from the damage that was done by colonialism. Incidentally, I and Senator Mugatana sit in the Pan-African Parliament, and this year is the year of reparations out because of colonialism. So this bill is coming at the very right time when we must look inward and appreciate ourselves, because a lot of damage was done. In fact, in the last sitting, Mr. Speaker, there was a question of how do we quantify the damage of colonialism. Now I'm seeing a new area of damage in this bill. The fact that we lost identity and we didn't write our history. Somebody must pay us for that. Because we had history, we had chiefs, we had kings in our own villages that were completely eroded. I'm happy again that we are doing it now because it's urgent. That generation of elders that we should be getting information from is actually diminishing. And I think the sooner we finish, and I want to urge my colleagues that we actually finish this and go to the third reading and dispense of, so that our governors can run around to look for information from the elders that are still existing, because we have lost a lot of our history. So we cannot afford to delay, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the objective, this bill has wonderful aims. First, to recognize local heroes. There is no community that does not have its own heroes. But we now know them by name, and we sometimes don't even know what they did, because nobody documented them. And we need to document that. Recognition of local heroes is a very important thing for us. We were made to believe that our heroes in the colonial times were actually fighters against modern life, and so we are pushed to believe that they are not there. We thank God for the Maasais who have resisted changing their clothes up to now, the Ma community, that they say their dressing will continue, whether you are modernizing or not. And our brother was here in full regalia today. There are things that we have lost. A sense of recognition of these heroes is also very important, because those who are not heroes, our heroes may not have been heroes to the colonialists at the time, but we need to restore them and put them in the heroes list. Recognizing heroes also brings a sense of appreciation, which sometimes we don't have in our nation. Mr. Speaker, I was in the East African Legislative Assembly, 2002-2006, and I attended independence celebrations of the three countries, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. We had a session just before the Tanzanian independence at that time. At that time, the president was, it was the third president, Ali Hassan Mwinyi. But for 1 week, all the radios were singing independence songs, praising their heroes. Nyerere, you would feel like he's alive, because the whole town of Arusha was covered with billboards, the size of the billboard our colleague has used to welcome us here. Billboards of their first president, billboards of their first cabinet, billboards of people who have done things, billboards of the Zanzibari leaders. And we asked ourselves as Kenyans, how come before independence we don't even talk about the founders of this nation? We don't even recognize the founder president. In fact, even now as we are talking, sometimes we don't talk about the founder president, and yet we know he sacrificed a lot for this country. This is what this bill is trying to restore, to bring back recognition and to recognize people. If we don't learn to recognize people, even our own children will not recognize us. And this is very, very important. A sense of appreciation in recognition of people who have done something will run through the bloodstream, and that recognition will go further. So I think it is very urgent and it is very important. I was very impressed to listen to the daughter of the soil, Senator Muma, when she gave us a whole list of heroes of Busia. And I felt like even the kidney transplant, Dr. Awori, Nelson Awori, we only know the building Dr. Nelson Awori. I didn't know. I've been to that building, but I did not know who this Dr. Wilson Awori was, except until now, when the majority whip said that he taught him and that he did the first kidney transplant. We don't recognize our people, and we need to really restore that kind of dignity to people, whether they are alive or they are gone. Preservation of culture is something else that we have almost forgotten, and as I said, it is because we leaned so much on the culture of the colonizer that we almost consider our cultures to be a taboo. Inspiration of our future generations, providing local role models is another very important one. Let us not forget that youth, young people, grow because of role models. So we cannot afford not to recognize those who were before us and those who made sacrifices before us, people that we can emulate, people who demonstrated heroism in various ways. This bill has talked of strengthening county identity. Our counties are different. The Constitution recognizes that we are different and that our cultures must be recognized. But in what form do we recognize them? This bill is going to bring that kind of restoration. Mr. Speaker, promoting education, as we said, now that we are going for CBC, practical education, we also need to start identifying things that, that define us as a nation and that define our country. So this bill is a very progressive bill, and I want to persuade colleagues that we move very fast to implement it. And as I said, it is a very urgent bill. It must be done in our time, and it must be done before we lose all the old heroes that are still with us. There are responsibilities that have been given to the county government in this bill. I really would like to support that. It is good that the county government takes responsibility when it comes to implementation of this framework. Basically because we have variation. This county, we have been told, has 3 different communities, and they must be recognized as such within the county. But that reduces to looking at cultures of 3 communities instead of looking at cultures of 47 or 46 as we are. So it is very important that this is homed at the county level. And I saw the options that the framework has given, that a county may develop a new building or designate a building. I really want to encourage that we can clean that one up, that they must actually give us new buildings and new areas so that we have our culture. What I see in this is something like bombers in every county, where the cultural dances also will be displayed for purposes of tourism, and that it will not be only an education center, it will not be a hall of heroes' photos and whatever, but we will also have our cultural displays. These will bring quite a number of cultures. Mr. Speaker, I once went to Holland for an academic trip, and they took us to what they call their tourist center. Of course, tourism in Kenya is big business. There we went for tourism, and we were dressed in the original Dutch clothes and asked to carry 6 pounds of cheese for photo session. And I thought that was really something. But as we went, and the university program taken care of by our hosts, interestingly, they were paying $100, which is about now the cost of, it's about 13,000 shillings, just to enter and take a photo and go. And these are areas that we need to diversify. In any case, our tourism has not been diversified the way it should. We could be having more touristic products if we went for that. So it is good that we want to that we do it at the county level. Mr. Speaker, I really agree with the very statement that Senator mentioned, that really this is not just legislation. It is about moral obligations for us. So as a Senate, we need to move forward and make sure that we do this for the past, present, and the future of this country, and for the future of the nations, so that our children don't look like they came from nowhere, and because our culture is totally distorted because of whoever colonized us those days. Mr. Speaker, as I wind up, I want to mention that there are a number of aspects that have come there, and there is one on costs. That sometimes we look at costs and we don't realize that a small cost today can pay you more in the future. But I like the phrase that was used, again, for those who did not understand because it was in Kiswahili. She put it very clear, that sometimes the cost of implementing the bill is debated. But we must ask ourselves, what is the cost of forgetting our heroes? What is the cost of allowing our history and heritage to disappear? What is the cost of denying our young people local role models? Allows counties, therefore, to use existing facilities for the sake of reducing that cost. But the truth is that there is no cost. You cannot put a cost to this. You cannot put a cost to forgetting heroes, those who were with us before, those who charted the way for this nation, and those whose heritage we need to preserve. Mr. Speaker, may I wind up by asking my colleagues that I want to repeat, this is not a bill that we would like to spend too much time on. This is a bill that you read and you want to implement so that we recover what must be recovered and document what must be documented. With those remarks, Mr. Speaker, I second.
Senator Chalege, you cannot raise your hand even before we propose the question. Just be patient. Honorable Senators, I propose the question that the County Hall of Fame Bill, Senate Bills number 18 of 2023, be now read a second time. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I'm wondering if we have lost the traditions of this House. How can Cherargei want to claim the floor while the people who inducted him and showed him points of orders how to do work in this House are still sitting? He should know, Mr. Speaker, that when such opportunities appear, you wait patiently. So I expect that today, Senator Kisang, despite his relatively advanced age than Cherargei, will wait also for Cherargei to speak first. Then the good man from Tot can speak later, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support this
you give seniors priority.
Very important motion.
I'm afraid whether the 10 years in the National Assembly, Kisang's 10 years are also recognized.
Mr. Speaker, you know he's trying to bribe you because he knows you are an interested party in that matter. But I know you are a straightforward Juricheke, who delivers justice without compromise from people like Senator Kisang.
Okay, proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to support this very important bill before us. This is a very important bill, Mr. Speaker, that has seen its fair share of rounds in this House. That is the House of the Senate. I think this is the third attempt that we're actually making. And listening to Senator Miraj and our colleague, Senator Professor Kamar, move this bill, it gives very cogent reasons why any reasonable legislator, either in the National Assembly or in the Senate, should support this piece of legislation, Mr. Speaker. But unfortunately, each time this bill gets to the counterpart house in the National Assembly, they shelve it for reasons beyond my understanding. I do hope that Senator Miraj has committed this bill to prayer before moving it. And all the people she has mentioned, Mr. Speaker, though limited to Mombasa County majorly, but its effect will be on the whole country and the 47 counties, Mr. Speaker, will actually have justified reason to support this very important piece of legislation. One of the things I admire about advanced societies is in how they preserve their traditions, how they preserve various symbolic places, Mr. Speaker, and men and women who make serious commitment. People have moved from even celebrating individuals to even celebrating work culture, Mr. Speaker. If you go, and I have said this example many times previously, I can't remember the specific airports, but in one of the airports in the United States, I read a caption that really impressed me. The same way people queue on airports, they had put a caption and they had said, farmers are the heroes of this state. If you are a farmer, you don't have to queue because you feed us. And then when we inquired further, we were told that it's because it got to a time where very few people wanted actually to participate in farming activities, Mr. Speaker, because of its meager returns. So they encourage this culture that those that actually engage in farming activities, Mr. Speaker, are the heroes of that local state. And they were being celebrated so as to encourage young people, even as they grow up, Mr. Speaker, they would know that they are doing a very sacred task for the people of that state, Mr. Speaker. And you'll find that actually you'd see occasionally 1 or 2 people would walk. Instead of taking the queue, they just pass by the machine. The only thing that troubled me and mind, Mr. Speaker, is that if you attempt to do that at JKIA, everybody, including those who farm skuma wiki in gunny bags on the balconies of Nairobi, they'll claim to be farmers, Mr. Speaker. You know us with our culture. If even in that country as well, Mr. Speaker of the United States, many times when you see military servicemen and women walk even into petrol station and convenience stores, many times people will greet them and say, thank you for your service, because people appreciate what others do for a living. It is that culture of appreciating men and women that do great for others, Mr. Speaker, that encourages even our young people to know that there is value, Mr. Speaker, in serving your country, in doing the right thing for your community. That is exactly what this bill is attempting to do. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, because of our lack of good practices of preserving our culture, our artifacts, our historical events, Mr. Speaker, people have long forgotten us. You just saw this afternoon. In fact, when I saw what the exchange between Senator Kalwale, my good friend, and Senator Catherine Moma, I said, perhaps they are setting a precursor for the County Hall of Fame bill. If there was a County Hall of Fame here in Busia, there was no need for argument between who has done this contribution or the other. We'd have just brought out the roll call here and said, now that you're in Busia County, these are the men and women whose lives have had great impact to the people of Busia. But it is non-existent. I have to rely on the cultural perspectives of Kalwale, Mr. Speaker, or the feminine antics of my colleague, Senator Muma, Mr. Speaker, to celebrate them. She is correcting me that antics is not the right word, Mr. Speaker. Okay. Feminine sensitivities, Mr. Speaker, if I may replace that particular word, Mr. Speaker. I don't struggle with English, Senator Muma. Therefore, I know what you mean, and I wanted to make sure that I speak right. And just for the record, you were right, actually. As a father of daughters, I appreciate that you celebrated the women that have made great contribution to Busia County, better than the men folk from this region attempted to do, Mr. Speaker. And I agree also with her position earlier, that a woman belongs actually to where she's born. She also belongs to where she's married. It is a gift that God gave to them. They are the only ones that can have 2 homes. That's why even culturally, Mr. Speaker, you find that women are sometimes elected in their place of birth or even where they have been married to. And if you want to challenge that, Mr. Speaker, you become a woman and do the things that they do, Mr. Speaker, and carry the burden that they carry. Therefore, you benefit from that. So therefore, Mr. Speaker, it is my sincere hope that we shall conclude on this bill and send it to our colleagues in the National Assembly, who will have the place of grace to appreciate that this has nothing to do with senators, Mr. Speaker, but everything to do with society appreciating important historical happenings, either contribution by human beings, events of nature, Mr. Speaker, sacred locations, things that have had great impact in society, Mr. Speaker, that you will preserve it. I have said, and I want to repeat for emphasis' sake, Mr. Speaker, that there is no society that is worth its place of pride that does not have a place for celebrating the men and women that make great contribution for the advancement of that society. That the only way we will actually be able to measure you as a society, how advanced you are, Mr. Speaker, is when you begin to do things such as this, so that you encourage others to know that there is value in doing right, there is value in service to community. In fact, I want to challenge governors, our colleagues who serve in the executive side of our county assemblies. You don't even have to wait for this bill. Many of these countries, by the way, you know, I don't know where we got this culture from, to imagine that to do the right thing, you need the law. In many of these countries that I'm citing, there is no law, for example, Mr. Speaker, in the United States, that dictate that if you meet a serviceman or woman, you have to appreciate them and say thank you for your service to the country. But people just do it out of appreciation. Therefore, I want to challenge colleague governors and people that are listening to this broadcast, Mr. Speaker, that there is nothing that stops our county governments from celebrating and setting up county hall of fames, Mr. Speaker, even without the passage of this legislation, Mr. Speaker, so that you appreciate the people that have made significant contribution to your community, to your country. Even the president, Mr. Speaker, must set up this thing at a national level so that we appreciate and set it to the level, Mr. Speaker, where the that have made our country great, Mr. Speaker, all have brought us moments of national pride, Mr. Speaker, are celebrated. How much, for example, will you ever pay Faith Kipyegon for the moments she has given us over all those world championships and Olympics each time when you stand beyond a in front of a TV, from whichever part of the world that you're watching from, and see her speakers? Money will never repay. That's why I was a little bit disturbed last week, actually, Mr. Speaker. I never got a chance to look at my colleagues. I don't want to mention them, but they know themselves, who appear to be besmirching the Harambee Stars players, actually, who were just encouraged to invest in the affordable housing program. And they took issue with it and say, oh, why are they being rewarded? Number one, they were not being rewarded. They were just being encouraged to invest in it. I thought as legislators, Mr. Speaker, we would say, if you recall the triumph and the journey of our young people that had participated in the Chan 2024 that happened in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, Mr. Speaker, is that they came at a time, actually, Mr. Speaker, when there was a lot of doom and gloom in the country as a follow-up to the political activities of June and July. And they brought us very good reprieve as a country and a moment of national pride. That is not something that you can ever replicate, Mr. Speaker. No amount of money will ever buy or bring a country together the way our sportsmen and women, just to use them as an example, Mr. Speaker, do each time when they represent the country and they do us proud, Mr. Speaker. That moment when you feel proud as a Kenyan, Mr. Speaker. That's what decent societies do. We don't need legislation such as this, Mr. Speaker, for our culture. And because we know how we behave, perhaps we need to put it in the law, Mr. Speaker, so that people begin to appreciate and know that the same way we insist that crime must be punished to deter those that are thinking of doing similar things, Mr. Speaker. You know the way they read the convictions in court, so as to prevent you and those of a similar behavior from ever thinking of doing this and that. I convict you for this and this. This is an attempt to do the same for those that have done great, so that when young people from a particular primary school in Busia here, Mr. Speaker, visit the Busia County Hall of Fame, they will read about the Julia Ojambo professor that Senator Catherine Muma was talking about, her biography, where she went to school, and her contribution and her relevance to the people of Busia. It inspires our young children. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, if we leave it as it is today, they will get inspiration from TikTok alone, Mr. Speaker, and the people that are doing some funny things in there, because there is no place that they can go and read about the history of their county, of their community, of their region, Mr. Speaker, and how the contributions of eminent sons and daughters of that region or country, Mr. Speaker, has been captured and recorded. We will not be here for eternity. In another few decades, most, if not all of us in this house, Mr. Speaker, will be part of the history books. How will people remember our contribution? If indeed we would have done something good for the country or for the county that we represent, if we don't begin this kind of culture. Many times you walk, even in European cities, and you find very insignificant acts, Mr. Speaker. I don't know of the capitals, I don't recall the specific place, but they just, whose contribution to that community was the fact that for the longest time, he ran a newspaper magazine store that the greater part of that county or municipality got their news from, for I think for a couple of decades, Mr. Speaker. And at the local municipal actually renamed that corner of the street in his honor, Mr. Speaker. little contributions. It doesn't have to be the people that make exceptional things that we think, this person, that this honorable, selling newspaper, informing people, and their bread of life dutifully and diligently. So, for a record number of years, to a point that people appreciated that there was a honest person who served the. I believe there are many such people, Mr. Speaker, who have done great things in our county. Not necessarily the things that we elites celebrate, but even in their ordinary life, just honest, decent life, Mr. Speaker. Something that is so lacking in our society in present day, Mr. Speaker, that to a point where people can begin to celebrate and say, there was a cobbler actually who kept his time. That unlike other cobblers who tell you that I was just waiting for the shoe to dry up before I knit it together, and when you walk away, they put it away, Mr. Speaker, that there was this gentleman who, for the time that he served in this place, lived a decent and a honest life, Mr. Speaker. I believe that that is a challenge to all of us that are in leadership and all of us as a society, because part of the struggle that the Kenyan society continues to face is the fact that we lack good examples for people to follow. Everybody is on and about and doing their own things. They are very men and women to emulate anymore. I don't know, Mr. Speaker, about you are concerns, for example, as a father. I say this because as a father, many times you engage your kids and are concerned about the people that they consider to be their heroes. Apart from, you would think that the same way for you back in the day, it would be the professor by the corner in the village, or a particular who had a quote-unquote big job in Nairobi. You that are young parents like Senator Kajwang, Senator Cherargei, and the rest, I think Senator Omogeni, we can spare him this condition because, at least to the best of my knowledge, his kids are all of adult age. But Senator Kajwang, Senator Cherargei, this is a conversation that you may sometime want to have with your young children, to ask them who their heroes and role models are. Shocked that it is not people that you yourself, growing up, used to think that I'd wish to be like so-and-so. So if we don't set up this culture, Mr. Speaker, of celebrating the men and women that do exceptionally well in our society and finding a place to preserve their story and make sure that it is told in the right way, Mr. Speaker, we are setting a very bad culture for our society. It is my hope, Mr. Speaker, that in the formation of this Hall of Fame in our various counties, the designation of the place, because it is stated that there'll be a designated public building where this can be done. I have said, and I want to repeat, Mr. Speaker, that you don't have to wait for this to do it. I'd encourage any forward-looking and any progressive governor, particularly those that are serving their second term, that actually begin this, will be part of your contribution. In future, it will be read that the culture of County X, Kericho County, Bungoma, Busia, I don't know, and women was begun by Governor so-and-so. And this building was dedicated for the future of this society. So that in 100 years' time, people will come and read and know that there used to be a senator of theirs who hero. It doesn't it is a speaker whose contribution to make. The part that I appreciate about this is actually preservation of historical items and artifacts. There's a place, for example, in my county, in Kericho, where when Queen Elizabeth visited, I don't know in which year, in the early 20th century, Mr. Speaker, that she visited and laid flowers in appreciation of how beautiful and vast that land is. I believe you've been to Kericho and you appreciate how beautiful and expansive the land is. That place, if you go there today, you'll find cows, just donkeys, Mr. Speaker. You even can recognize it. In fact, how I even came to know about it as a senator is that there is a lady who walked up to me sometimes in Nairobi at a shopping mall and told me, by the way, Senator, you guys have really let me down. A particular corner of the county that I want you to visit. He gave me the history of how that place became a historically relevant part of the county. And when I checked actually to her story, Mr. Speaker, it was completely neglected and run down. Nobody even appreciated. I want to believe in more decent societies, a place that a person of that world fame has visited and that is symbolic and significant will at least be preserved for her admirers or for future generations, and people will want to know who was this particular person when they visit. There are many other things that can be said. There was a big contest back in the day, Mr. Speaker, about returning the head, for example, or the spear that was used by Koitalel Arab Samuel from the British forces. And up to date, that is yet to be done. How will it be returned, Senator Cherarged? You have not built the public building where to keep it. If it comes, where will you take it? Will it go to your home or the home of my friend Governor Sag, Mr. Speaker? We must preserve and be ready to do this thing, what decent societies do, Mr. Speaker, so that we can preserve our culture and celebrate what needs to be done. I don't want to belabor the point, Mr. Speaker, because I know this is a fairly straightforward matter. I want to agree, Mr. Speaker, that this is long overdue. My only plea is that when it gets to our colleagues, the counterparts in the National Assembly, they will do that which they are duty-bound to do to ensure that we give the country a good piece of law. I congratulate Senator Miraj on the choice of bill actually to move while we are here in Busia, because it speaks to relevant issues that are related to people in our counties. I thank you for the chance, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Senators, there is a lot of interest on this bill. I just advise us, of course you have your 20 minutes contributing, but I advise as your chair that you can spare your colleagues some time also to say a word. You don't need to use the 20 minutes. Senator Kadri Mumu, for some reasons better known to me.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I will not be too long. Honorable Speaker, first I wish to congratulate our colleague Senator Miraj on this bill. Senator Miraj has picked a topic, Honorable Speaker, that is one of the neglected functions in this country. Honorable Speaker, when you look at the fourth schedule, the function of cultural activities, libraries, museums, is with the county governments. But when we do our oversight, I tend to think that the Senate has over-concentrated on departments that deal with other issues, the fancy one being the roads. But we have not, in the 13 years of done a good job on assisting counties to implement the function on cultural activities. Senator Miraj, I want to congratulate you on behalf of the people of Kenya, because this is another ball that we have dropped as a collective, both national government and county governments. Why do I say so? Honorable Speaker, we have history books that have misinformation about Africa, about this country. But who can correct? We have been ranting about it. My own daughters have asked, how could you people sit around and allow books to say so-and-so discovered Lake Victoria, so-and-so discovered the bit, and you're doing nothing about it? We have history departments in our universities, and Honorable Speaker, we have never made a national policy to say, when do we begin to correct the history that has been written about our country? When do we sit down to document our cultural activities? But we treat this as issues that are footnotes. Honorable Speaker, I'm in the Education Committee, and we will that ECD is another thing that counties have taken as a. You find that education functions of national government, VTCs that should be lifting the bulk of the youngsters who drop out of universities are not well funded. But even as we fund them, we are putting little in terms of nurturing our cultures, building the libraries we are talking about, encouraging our histories to be written. So I want to congratulate you, Senator Miraj, because you're bringing an issue that seems to be insignificant and yet extremely important. Honorable Speaker, why is this issue very important? We are moving to an age where artificial intelligence is currently taking over operations of our economies, operations even within the schools. And, Honorable Speaker, artificial intelligence operates on the basis of data. That data is mined on the basis of what has been written. What data do we have about ourselves, about the peoples of Kenya? Where can I go to be able to learn about the peoples of Kenya? We don't have that information. We only have snippets of little information about what has been selected by a paper or a book at any one time. But we have rich histories as the over 53 communities in Kenya that we can actually write. And our system of devolution provides a good solution for us to have more simultaneous activities that will help us to document, to come up with the kind of data that will ensure the world will plan for Kenya on the basis of what is relevant for Kenya. We have not been doing this. Raj, the only thing I might want to advise that you include in this bill, as I said earlier, again, the Senate dropped the ball on the issue of strengthening intergovernmental mechanisms. Honorable Speaker, this is one bill where we can have good conversation between national and county government because of the tourism that will be there, the trade issues, and so on. It is also one of the good bills that would give us a good inter-county conversation around some of these things. For instance, Honorable Speaker, assuming we want to write about the cultural festivities among the Kalenjin community, the Nandi people are not just in the Nandi county. The Kipsigis people are not just in Bomet. They are in Bomet, they are in Kericho, they are in Nandi. So if we had an inter-county conversation, we would be able to have a history that is written, accurate history that will tell us on why we have this community dispersed in the manner it is dispersed. Honorable Speaker, we have Luyas in Migori, the Maragoli. We have Maragoli also in Vihiga. When looking at cultural issues of the Maragoli, I would expect that there would be inter-county conversation so the history of the Maragolis would be reflected both in Vihiga, would also be reflected in Migori. So this is also an opportunity.
Senator Kadri Numa, do you want to be informed by the senator from Vihiga County?
Honorable Speaker, he's a Maragoli, so I will allow him to inform me.
Yes, Senator Ososi.
Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to inform her that the community she's referring to, Maragoli, are not just in Migori or any other place, they are also a recognized tribe in Uganda, just next door, Mr. Speaker.
Next time you say, I wanted to inform Senator Kadri Numa, not to inform her. Senator Kadri.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Speaker.
Senator by the name, Senator Kadri.
And the points the senator makes is well taken. And we have other communities, the Maasai communities are in more than one country, the Luo are in more than one country. So coming together, we would actually bring a very, if the counties took this seriously. Honorable Speaker, I'm sure you've traveled, maybe as a Catholic, to go to Israel, to go to Rome. And when you go there, you give a lot of money basically to be told the history of Rome, the history of Christianity. There is also a history of Kenya. And what Honorable Miraj has done, members, I want us to take it seriously in order to be able to assist, not just to award the heroes and heroines within our communities, but to establish, one, to correct our history, two, to also an economy around our culture for our very informed children, especially the Gen Zs, to be able redeem ourselves for having retained history that does not reflect the truth about Kenya, history that we can actually write well. And as I have said, it is one of the county functions not seriously taken. We need now, and the Committee on Labor needs to start start reporting to Senate how well counties are investing in this function, what they're investing in this function, and how we are able to come together intergovernmentally, national and county governments, and also inter-county in order to make this law work. I want to urge our colleagues that this is a good law, a law required very urgently by this country because of where the future is going. Let us do our documentation so that we don't have biased interpretation of who we are when we move to the AI-driven economy. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Chalgin.
We are talking about a vehicle ownership. To many women, owning a car is all about convenience, safety, independence.
I think for me, car ownership is such a huge milestone because it is what we call, for most ladies, a big girl purchase. You've been working, you've put in effort, and finally you're committing to something that adds value to you as a woman in terms of independence.
When you are dealing with a lady coming to buy a car and a man coming to buy a car, they are quite distinct. Now you wonder, what was she looking for?
Because she's looking for affordable and she's looking for something that is easy to maintain.
Yes. Now when you take her to that position, she comes out of it immediately and say, no, this is too small.
There are no limits to what we can achieve except those we place on our own thinking. So the moment you think it, you can have it.
Tunazungumzia katika mada tarbiyatul abinai, malezi ya watoto katika malezi ya Kiislamu salimu. Na wewe ni mchungu, utaulizwa na Allah yaum al-qiyama, uliwalea watoto katika malezi gani? Uliwalea na simu, uliwalea maziwa lala, ama ulimlea kumjua Mungu na Mtume Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam?
Na pia tupatiane watoto wetu majina mazuri. Mtoto mpe jina zuri ambalo litakuwa ni kiashiria cha tabia yake nzuri.
majaliwa kwa aliyenizalisha. Mama, baba yangu nawe uliyenifunza heshima, kuwajibika, nayo jamii iliyonibeba ni shukrana. Sura yako nitaikumbuka. Baba yangu, asante Muumba. Hata nikitoka dunia hii, wajuma nawaombea kwa nafsi hii. Mama yangu, nitakukumbuka. Najua sikujua mazuri yote ya kutenda. Mama, wewe kipenzi cha wengi, wote wanakupenda. Mami, nasisitiza sana ulivyosema, soma, elimika, weimba. Uje unisaidie, ni shukrana. Sura yako nitaikumbuka. Baba yangu, asante Muumba. Hata nikitoka dunia hii, dua njema nawaombea kwa nafsi hii. Mama yangu, nitakukumbuka. Moyo wangu baby, tuliza. Nafsi yangu kweli, tuache jua na mwezi, vyote vitumulike. Tuenjoy mapenzi, kileleni tufike. Mpenzi, na wewe nitakuwa, naenjoy mapenzi yako, mizigo nishaitua. Very fine, another shine, body fine, body fire burns on.
To find another wine, oh, body fine, body fire burns on. Mapenzi yetu ndio inabamba, hii ndio inabamba. Mapenzi yetu ndio inabamba, hii ndio inabamba. Mapenzi yetu ndio inabamba, hii ndio inabamba. Mapenzi yetu ndio inabamba. Mbele mimi sioni bila wewe baby, love you on a daily, my light every morning. Oh baby, love you on a daily. Pokea yako maua, for you nitaua yangu roho. Swear, you're my only lady. Utakuja niua, kwa yako mahaba yangu roho. Swear, you're my only lady. Wana mapenzi yetu inavyobamba, wasishindane nasi watapata pressure. Inabamba kama ya Michelle na Obama, wasishindane nasi watapata pressure.
Very fine, another shine, body fine, body fire burns on.
To find another wine, oh, body fine, body fire burns on. Mapenzi yetu ndio inabamba, hii ndio inabamba. 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 Somebody love love you. Girl, I want you to know. Unachokitafuta nimejaliwa. I wish you knew. I have been waiting for you. Kwamba siku moja utaniona. Ila siku zinavyozidi kusonga, tamani nakata kwa marefu na mapana. Kile unachotafuta ninacho hapa, ila umenifanya mfarisho kukuliwaza kila unapoumizwa. Kwani unahangaikia nini? Anayekupenda bora ni mimi. Isubira yako inanikata maini. Nilipofika mimi sijui nifanye nini. Jua penzi lako ni mimi, unajua furaha yako ni mimi. Anytime you're looking for love, you know where to find me, baby. Unajua amani yako ni mimi, unajua furaha yako ni mimi. Anytime you're looking for love, you know where to find me, baby. You know where to find me. Ooh, you know where to find me. You know where to find me. You know where to find me. Tatizo moyo haufikiri, akili inakataa, ila moyo hausikii. Nimesahau, nimeshaumizwa before. Angalau ungenipa likizo kidogo. Tatizo kilio changu husikii, naumia. Usijifanye kahujui na kuzimia. Oh, basi unipe likizo kidogo. Kwani unahangaika nini? Anayekupenda bora ni mimi. Isubira yako inanikata maini. Nilipofika mimi sijui nifanye nini. Jua penzi lako ni mimi, unajua furaha yako ni mimi. Anytime you're looking for love, you know where to find me, babe. Unajua amani yako ni mimi, unajua furaha yako ni mimi. Anytime you're looking for love, you know where to find me. You know where to find me.
Pendeka wanasema nimerogwa sina noma. Ananifaa mimi, ananifaa mimi, ananipea mahaba kwa wingi. Hanipimi, ananipea yote. Kashaamua kunipenda msimu yote, yeah. Naamini ashapata ubavu wake na ni mimi hapa hapa ndo. Tamu, tamu, tamu sana mapenzi. Tamu, tamu sana mapenzi. Tamu, tamu sana mapenzi. Tamu, tamu sana mapenzi. Tamu, tamu, tamu sana mapenzi. Tamu, tamu sana mapenzi. Tamu sana mapenzi. Ninamjua, ananijua, ananielewa zaidi, ananijua. Na nikinuna, ananituliza, ananibembeleza, roho inatulia. Ananiamini, ninamwamini. Hatuna siri, twaenda na shilingi kwa ya pili. Na sio siri, sio siri. Kupendwa raha, kwanza na wewe. Kupendwa tamu sana mapenzi. Tamu sana mapenzi. Tamu sana nikiwa na yeye hakutaki, na nikiwa na yeye sikutaki, yeah. Tamu sana mapenzi. 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 Tamu sana mapenzi.
Na hata nikilala hata ukichezanga madoba huku ukitingisha bada, bila wewe nitanyuria. Wewe ni malalabai, nasinzia kwa riba zako, my painting na kudigi unanidigi love, bila wewe sipati sigino. Wewe ni my painting, bila wewe mimi ni nothing. Nyumbani kwangu nimejaza you are painting. Sipokona I'm fainting. Nivisanga chusa over 18, sio under 18. Nipeni shande, Monday to Sunday, nakutaka siku zombo, ukicheza lingo tena kwa maringo. Nakutaka siku zombo, ukicheza lingo tena kwa maringo. Bringing at me I don't know, niwe na no no, niwe na no no no. Bringing at me I don't know, niwe na no no, niwe na no no no. Sengunga maingunga, ngunga maingunga. Sengunga maingunga, ngunga maingunga. Kapeng kamepiga luku lumbu tuku, nifanya something kakika luku lumbu tuku. Baby wendo chaji, usinune itimori nadi, niita top shata, wengine wakikamwambia tu shut up. Yani kila napokuona usiku jirani halali. Nivisanga chusa over 18, sio under 18. Nipeni shande, Monday to Sunday, nakutaka siku zombo, ukicheza lingo tena kwa maringo. Nakutaka siku zombo, ukicheza lingo tena kwa maringo. Bringing at me I don't know, niwe na no no, niwe na no no no. Bringing at me I don't know, niwe na no no, niwe na no no no. Sengunga maingunga, ngunga maingunga. Sengunga maingunga, ngunga maingunga. Nishande, Monday to Sunday, nakutaka siku zombo, ukicheza lingo tena kwa
Rombosa, baby come closer. Usiwe na haya nitafute utakosa. Rombosa, rombosa, baby come closer. Usiwe na haya nitafute utakosa. Nikirombosa, rombosa, baby come closer. Usiwe na haya nitafute utakosa. Rombosa, rombosa, baby come closer. Usiwe na haya nitafute utakosa. Nakucheki usinicheki we, na kama unauma ngezi baadaye. Trip down for me. Hata kama uko tipsy, see worry, cause we only having fun tonight. Let me show you how to put it down for a girl. Rombosa, rombosa, baby come closer. Usiwe na haya nitafute utakosa. Rombosa, rombosa, baby come closer. Usiwe na haya nitafute utakosa. Rombosa, rombosa, baby come closer. Usiwe na haya nitafute utakosa. Rombosa, rombosa, baby come closer. Usiwe na haya nitafute utakosa. Mr. Man, can I make you mine for the night? I know you've been trying to catch a wine, and I see you from the side of my eye. Mini na siri ya watu wawili, basi ndo mimi nikusho. Niko na udam utaleko, you'll want some more, and before you know, you will be losing control. You're asking for more. Najua ungependa kuona, ukitaka tunaweza tukuenda kule nyuma ya tent, nikuonyeshe event na itakuwa mimi na wewe tukicheza wenyewe. Nikirombosa, rombosa, baby come closer. Usiwe na haya nitafute utakosa. Rombosa, rombosa, baby come closer. Usiwe na haya nitafute utakosa. Nikirombosa, rombosa, baby come closer. Usiwe na haya nitafute utakosa. Rombosa, rombosa, baby come closer. Usiwe na haya nitafute utakosa. Rombosa.
Enemies, frenemies, miss me with that energy. You never know me, don't like me, no apology. The jealousy, watching me go overseas. You will never know, no peace. Let me win, let me win. Winning this economy, prepare a table for me basairanga ngwe baba basairanga umami wainyanza ibe umami wainyanza bade all my enemies are safari oh no all my enemies are safari no go all their plans are kaka all my enemies are safari all my enemies are safari all my enemies are safari all their plans are kaka all my enemies are safari. I see the stars align when I see my enemies. I shoot on sight. How they smile by day and they scheme by night. Guy, they will never be my life. Let me sing, sing a song of victory. Prepare a supper for me right before my enemies. Did you just me? Tryna kiss me on my cheek. They will never see my shine. When I'm ganja, give me a day go aganga. Beja kono nyama, kuba kero ni bako enanga. Baba basairanga ngwe, baba basairanga. Umami wainyanza ibe, umami wainyanza vale. All my enemies are safari. Oh no, all my enemies are safari. No go, all their plans are kaka. All my enemies are safari. All my enemies are safari. All my enemies are safari. All their plans are kaka. All my enemies are safari.
Wekijana Mikinara, yeah Kenya nipata na Ford wa Malwa wa kijana Hipikana, radani, safi sana Hizi pirana bado tutadish, unabishana Big fish, fala bado ambonga English Ticklish, kuna rapal bedi after death wish Big things, poppin' Nikomboka biz zota music chapa LinkedIn Homie,